Papoose is the wealthiest man that I've been with. And that's like no faking. I haven't paid for a flight, a hotel, a fucking purse, nothing, and I don't know how long. Food, he take care of everything.
This whole situation is starting to look like a long-running setup, with Papoose and Remy playing the long game from day one, all centered around Claressa Shields' money. The goal wasn't love, loyalty, or protection. It was access. And judging by how things have played out so far, they got exactly what they wanted.
Girl, and you over there playing with that girl. You over there playing with her. If I thought she would believe it and would listen or even care, because anytime somebody gonna say, like, yeah, they told me what the situation was and I accepted it.
No wonder they stayed married through all that tension. The play was already in motion. Claressa has always gone hard for Papoose, publicly saying he was the first man who ever treated her right. But what she didn't realize is that his constant presence may not have been about care at all. It may have been transactional. People are now side-eyeing whether that support came with a price tag attached, whether out of sympathy or strategy. And when Remy Ma let it slip that Claressa was Papoose's latest come-up, she said it boldly because she assumed nobody would believe her anyway. Now those words are hitting different because fresh details are surfacing that suggest Papoose may have been pulling money from Claressa to settle his own debts.
Oh, I'm never gonna stop talking about my man. I just brought him his food in the back because he was upstairs. Ain't that y'all joke? Oh, he's upstairs. Just brought him his food. And y'all talking shit, but guess what? Ain't nobody gonna ever make me stop talking about my man. That's what y'all think y'all gonna do. You're not gonna do it. Whenever I feel like saying Papoose's name, I'm gonna say his name. Clark it.
The streets are saying the withdrawals didn't stop, and the situation kept draining until there was nothing left to give. Once Remy and Papoose went from being labeled black love to straight-up chaos, Claressa was exposed as the woman Papoose was always around. From that moment on, her name stayed tied to non-stop drama. Every time she pops up in the headlines, it's either about Papoose or her snapping back online over the relationship. With all this chaos swirling around her, people keep forgetting who Claressa really is. Strip the drama away and she's not just good, she's legendary. She's a world champion, a two-time Olympic gold medalist, and the only boxer, man or woman to ever become undisputed in 4 weight classes while holding titles across 5 divisions.
It's impossible without Papoose.
His transition to the executive suite as a creative director of the record company helped broker the deal that secures Shields' spot as one of the highest-paid female boxers in the business.
As a fan, watching Claressa from the outside, I never seen someone who was more deserving.
That's not hype. That's history. Yes, when it comes to Papoose, she moves reckless and emotional, but her resume in the ring is untouchable. She even had her own biopic, The Fire Inside, with Ryan Destiny playing her. Yet none of that ever sticks in the headlines because the mess behind her relationship keeps stealing the spotlight. Whether Claressa fully clocked her power or not, one thing is clear. Papoose definitely did. He stepped right into her world and positioned himself perfectly to benefit from her momentum.
It's impossible, y'all. But you know what I'm gonna say? It wouldn't have been possible without Papoose. Papoose and Win, yes. Papoose and Win Records have been working together for about 3-4 years now. And since I've met Ruben, he has been just so nice and so open. And the last fight when we had so much success at LCA where we sold out 16,000 fans, that was because myself, Papoose, Win Records, and Split Promotions all worked together collectively to make that work. So I'm so grateful to them and so grateful that I have a team who understands that, who understands my value and who want to see me win, and we're going to continue to work together and make this big, so congrats.
Suddenly, he's performing in arenas and packed stadiums that he never reached on his own, even during his marriage to Remy Ma. Let's be honest, we haven't seen this much Papoose visibility in over 10 years. His pen game has always been respected, no doubt, but commercially, the leverage wasn't there without Claressa Shields backing him. Now she's reportedly moving him around not just as her partner, but as her manager and even a boxing promoter. She keeps saying they build together, and one of those so-called opportunities just happens to be an $8 million multi-fight partnership with Salita Promotions. And then there's Win Records. Yes, a record label. Because that part alone already raises eyebrows. Claressa signed this deal back in November and even held a full press conference, hyping it up as something groundbreaking and never done before. But once you peel the layers back, the contract isn't really what it was sold as. Win Records is not a traditional boxing promoter at all. It's a music management label first and foremost, with Papoose as the main artist and the head of their hip-hop division. That's why Claressa Shields became the very first athlete they've ever signed. Not the first boxer, the first athlete. Period. What a management label like this actually does is control appearances, branding, endorsements, and public image. And if Claressa ever decides she wants to jump into music herself, they're positioned to push that move too. That kind of control doesn't come cheap. Management teams usually take anywhere from 10 to 20% right off the top. Then you've still got Salita Promotions taking their own cut as well.
And we saw that he currently owes and has not paid taxes for the past, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9, not 10, not 11, not 12, but 13 years. This man, what does that say, Javin? 3, what say?
I want to say it says...
That's the $180,000 top name of who? Taxpayer? Willie Mack, but he ain't paying no taxes, so he shouldn't be called a taxpayer. He should be called tax owner. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, yeah. And so these are just papooses. Now, the reason I think that this is a tender swindler, the reason I think that there's some tricking going on here is because when Papoose and Remy were together doing an endorsement in a fur coat show store the other day, she seemed very happy to be there. When I found her tax record, what is it? Yeah, let me see. How much is those tax liens? Remy currently has $622,474.76. Guess who's gonna pay it? Guess who's gonna pay it? The one, according to her own cousin, okay, that got a disability check when she was a kid for being just a tad bit off.
Salita is the actual boxing promotion company. They're the ones securing fights, handling events, managing logistics, and selling the fights to broadcasters. That means Claressa's money is getting sliced from multiple angles before it ever hits her pocket. And when media deals come into play with platforms like Netflix and ESPN, everybody eats, except the person doing the fighting. Now let's be clear. They're not managing Claressa's personal life. But when it comes to her boxing career, Salita Promotions is the one pitching her, promoting her, and hyping every single fight. And to do all that, they're taking a cut straight out of whatever money Claressa brings in. That means more hands in the pot, more middlemen circling, all chasing a piece of her bag. So what happens after everybody gets paid first? Claressa is left with crumbs. She's the one putting her body on the line, taking punches, risking injury, breaking herself down in the ring, literally, just to make that money. Meanwhile, everyone else gets paid whether she wins or loses. This setup looks real familiar. It's giving those old-school 360 deals from the music industry, where artists did all the work and still couldn't figure out why their checks looked light. Same playbook, different industry. So the real question is this. Why would the most dominant female boxer of this generation sign a deal like that with a struggling rapper attached to it? The streets are saying the only reason this deal even happened is because Papoose was directly involved. Claressa herself pretty much confirmed it at the press conference, saying the deal wouldn't have come together without Pap pushing it through.
I feel like Claressa has been taken advantage of her whole life, okay? And I want to say this, because she's been boxing since forever. I don't know her childhood, but I do know that her best friend who grew up with her came out and made some rather disturbing videos about Claressa being taken advantage of, you know, when she was younger as a young boxer by her coaches and getting pregnant and things like this. And so when when I see people like Papoose enter the Cash App requesting money from people like Claressa, after Remy has already warned us that, he preyed on her when she was in jail. He wasn't making no money. It was Remy's money. And she said she put everything in his name, only to come out and then have to work. And then he's getting the benefit of the solid black man, of the black man that's holding everything down. And so when I look at this same thing possibly being done to Claressa, and she's slow by default, and I'm talking about slow as in, she probably got some early stage, some issues going on, being knocked around, it does have an effect on your brain and on your cognitive thinking and stuff, and you're not able to see straight. And if she was already taken advantage of by her coaches, surely it's easier for a bum like this to come in and take advantage of her too.
Right now, Claressa is reportedly the only major talent holding up win records, which means the entire label is riding on her back. And on top of everything else, Papoose is said to be collecting a commission just for bringing her into the deal in the first place. Every appearance, every opportunity, every move she makes, there's allegedly a cut attached with his name on it. And according to what's been circulating, the money flowing from Claressa is what's been keeping Papoose afloat and funding his lifestyle. The streets are also saying those funds may be going toward long-standing tax issues. It's been reported that Papoose hasn't paid taxes for years and allegedly owes the IRS hundreds of thousands of dollars. On top of that, Remy Ma is also reportedly dealing with her own sizable tax balance, pushing their combined situation close to 7 figures. Remy Ma has publicly dismissed Claressa, calling her Papoose's come up, acting like she's above the situation. But here's where things get messy. Remy and Papoose are still legally married. Divorce paperwork may have been filed, but it hasn't been finalized, and reports say the divorce was quietly taken off the table. Now people are connecting dots. The public back and forth, the online tension, the loud beef. Some believe it's all for show. Because if Remy and Papoose are still aligned behind the scenes, then no matter how it plays out, both of them still win.
I personally think they're still sleeping together. That's just my thing. I'm just gonna hold that right there.
Even if Papoose walks away from Claressa tomorrow, he's still locked into her bag from multiple angles. Through management, contracts, and commissions, that money doesn't just disappear. If she decides to step into music, he reportedly benefits from that too. So no matter how the relationship ends, he's still positioned to profit. And that money could easily be used to clean up debts, including ones that still legally overlap with Remy Ma since they're still married on paper. That's why the internet is begging Claressa to wake up and really see what's happening. Both Remy and Papoose benefit from her staying connected to them, financially and strategically. And if she doesn't clock it now, people fear she'll wake up later realizing there's nothing left to protect. Let's be clear though, this isn't about tearing Claressa down. She's accomplished, powerful, and has been through a lot emotionally. But when it comes to love, she moves from a place of vulnerability, and that can make anyone easy to take advantage of. The signs are loud. The attachment feels one-sided, and the imbalance is hard to ignore. At the end of the day, Claressa deserves peace, stability, and real love, not confusion wrapped in contracts. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think she's being played? Or is this just a misunderstood situation? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.